It's the I Can't Mom Today podcast with Heather, the new mom, and Vera, the seasoned mom. I Can't Mom Today.
Hey, this is Vera and Heather back again with another episode of I Can't Mom Today podcast. Hi, Vera.
Hello, Heather. How are you?
I feel like I'm like on one of the, a show. What kind of show? My brain is right now. So pardon all the, because I'm still sick.
Yeah. Jeez.
A million things going on. I feel like I'm on a 60 minutes. Like, I mean, does 60 minutes even exist anymore? Dateline. Okay, I'm on Dateline, and I'm like, yes, Vera, tell me about the fateful night.
Yeah. No, I mean, my brain here I feel like, I'm frequently overwhelmed, but I feel for some reason here recently, I'm even more overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm having trouble focusing because there's just so much going on. And then, I've got my 19-year-old calling me asking me for money constantly.
Yeah.
Which from what I understand is not actually all that abnormal.
Yeah. I'm sure.
But it's just,
I feel like at 19, if I would have called my parents and asked for money, they would have been like,
Yeah. Well, now I don't know if things have changed since we were 19, but I've talked to other moms and they're like, oh no, that's totally normal.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's not normal. I'm just saying that if in my family, it would have been like,
Yeah.
Like occasionally, I would say like twice a year, maybe. But any more than that, it would be like, turn around.
Go get a job.
Yeah. Well, I had a job.
Yeah, he has a job. He's just not making enough money, basically. So,
So
I told him to sign up. Yeah. I told him to sign up for DoorDash. So he did that.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's perfect because then you can set your own hours. So if you don't feel like working, you just don't.
Yeah, but then you have to
need some money
realize that when your bills come in that you decided not to do it that day.
Right. Well, there's that. So.
And aren't they independent contractors? So he has to like save his own taxes and stuff? Or no?
Yeah, I think you do. So I haven't even approached that with him yet.
I would say just to be safe, save 50%. And so that's what I have to do. So I have, I'm an independent contractor. So I have to save half my money, which I haven't done yet. So the next 3 months, I'm saving all my money from every single paycheck, which is going to be super tight on us. But it is what it is because we need the money. Like I could not pay bills. And so
I understand. I'm in the same situation.
So my goal is to save half of it at the end of the year when when taxes come. My goal is to not have to pay all that and then take the overages and put it into retirement.
All right. Good plan.
That's my plan. We'll see how that goes.
We'll check back. Exactly.
Check back. Yeah.
We'll check back in December.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where we're at. But
anyway, so that's where I'm at. I've got, and then I've just got, several different jobs in different arenas and
it's kind of hard to, right. And then I know they say not to put all your eggs in one basket or whatever, but I feel like when because I also have three different places that I work. One is my primary and the other two are my supplemental. And so those supplemental jobs, I couldn't live off that money. Right. So, but I do it because one, I like doing one of them because it really fills my bucket. Cause it's like I work with a stationer. And so I get to see all these cool wedding invitations and just these cool, creative design things. And that fills my bucket. And I'm also not having to touch an email for that client at all. I don't touch an email. So it's great. It's great for me. So that kind of lets me disconnect for a little bit. I'll listen to a podcast sometimes if we're not chatting while we're working. And then the other one is just running errands, really like getting mail, depositing checks, stuff like that. That doesn't necessarily fill my bucket, but it helps my previous employer. And then it helps, me get out of the house. Cause then during that time I can listen to an audiobook. So kind of fills needs. But I feel like sometimes I'm frantic. Like I'm like, oh, I got to do that. And I feel bad when I can't do like the creative thing because I'm going out of town or something. And that's the first thing on the chopping block. Like I can't, the other job I need to dedicate 25 hours a week to. So when I take a day off, then that takes away that time. And then anyways, so sometimes I feel frantic and that's how I am right now. Cause I feel like there's been a lot of 4-day weekends or 3-day weekends. And so 4-day work week or appointment, like doctor's appointments. I had to get something removed from my leg. And so.
Yes. Oh yeah. Don't even get me started on the doctor's appointments. Yeah.
So like, then, so we were talking about this briefly. And the reason why we're talking about this today is that I'm doing class because why, Heather, would you not take on more when you have less? Why? Why not?
Well, and Heather is also very much into classes.
I love education. I love learning. Like it's something that I'm really passionate about is just consistently learning. And it may not, and I'll read I'll listen to an audiobook or read a book or have take a course or whatever. And it may take me, I don't know, 10 hours to go through it. And I may only have one pearl of wisdom, but that one pearl of wisdom, let me tell you, I'm going to tell every single person about it because it's just so amazing. Like, I'm like, this is revolutionary. Oh my gosh. So the class I'm taking right now is about productivity, which I feel like I'm not productive. Like I sit down to do something and then I do have, my general doctor diagnosed me with ADHD. I haven't had like a brain doctor or whatever they're called diagnose me. So I say this very loosely. I have ADHD. I've thought I've had it for years. So there's that. But I sit down, I'm like, and my brain's and I'm just not able to focus. And so I don't think I'm productive because I'll start on something. I'm like, oh crap, I have to do that. Oh, dang it. And so I get little things done on each thing, but I don't complete the whole thing. So I'm working on that. And so that's the reason why I'm taking this course. And so and I'm only 2 days in. It's only 10 days though. So I'm 2 days in, 10 days. So basically the message so far has been like, you need to slow down to speed up. I think that's something that I've always known though. So slow down to speed up. So that means like planning and executing, or planning before you execute. So make sure you have all your tools. And there was a quote that was really cool that they mentioned that Abraham Lincoln, I thought it was Ben Franklin. I didn't listen very well. But I remember the quote. So there was that.
All right. Well, what's the quote?
I think that's the biggest point of this is give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Because when are you going to prepare your tools? In the beginning, middle, or end?
Right.
At the beginning, right? And it's more important to have your tools ready to go than halfway decent, get halfway through it, and then have to do what you should have done in the beginning.
Yeah.
Which is whether that's organizing, preparing, researching, whatever it is that you need to do.
Right. Well, like ready, aim, fire, instead of like Jerry always used to say this about his old boss. It'd be fire, aim, ready. At work, like,
fire first, ask questions later.
Exactly. And so, then everybody ends up scrambling, trying to accomplish something that they're not really prepared for. So,
exactly.
So, I mean, that makes complete sense. It's just, I know, I mean, knowing you and I'm not ADHD, but I can see, how it's easy to fall into that trap to just be like, okay, I just got to get this done and not, like you said, slow down first and then, take a deep breath. What do I need to do to accomplish, or how do I need to prepare to accomplish X, Y, Z? But it's so easy to get caught up in especially the way the world is now anyway, just with, with the internet and, you're constantly getting emails and phone calls and texts and so it's so easy. Yes, exactly. I mean, there are literally some days where my phone will ring and I just, scam likely. It's Mr. Scam Likely calling me, and I'm like, for the love of God, I'm trying to get something done. And then the phone rings and I don't know, if it's something I need to tend to, and then it's stupid spam,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
then, now you even get spam texts, and then you don't know. I still am getting, I've started blocking them, and they're still calling me, this collections agency, saying that I owe some dentist money, which I know I don't.
Mm.
And I've even checked my credit or whatever. And it's just, it's just one more thing that keeps
Yeah.
intruding into my life that makes it harder for me to accomplish anything because I keep getting bombarded by stuff.
Hmm.
So yeah. So do you feel that this class is gonna help you? I mean, like you said, you're only 2 days in, but is
Hmm.
it going to help you, focus and maybe, because when we get overwhelmed, we get stressed out, and then we're a lesser version of ourselves
Hmm.
too. So, I mean,
I
that's,
I think yes, because I think there are tools that that I probably wasn't taught
mm,
in the way that I needed to learn it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I do the same thing to Baker. I'm like, focus. What does that mean?
mm,
What the
yeah,
hell does focus mean, mom?
yeah,
And that
that's a
was
good
probably
point.
taught to me like that. And I didn't know what focus meant. It's just like we're saying, like, focus, do your work. And so, like, is focusing doing my work? Because I do my work. I just don't do it effectively, I don't think, some days. Because,
Yeah,
and in this class, it's like schedule your things that you need to do. I'm like, okay, that's great and fine and dandy and everything. But if I'm not motivated to do that work, I can schedule it all day long and I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm going to find every reason. I'm like, oh my God, I hear a weird noise. Let me go find out what that is.
squirrel.
Yeah. I mean, that's totally me. I do it all the time. But then I get to the end of the day. I'm like, oh crap. Well, I only worked 5 hours today and I should have worked 7 hours. So now I have to make up that time on my own time. Does that make sense? Or like
Yeah,
outside of like when I'm supposed to be hanging out with Baker or Brad or whatever. So I need to make my motivation bigger, which is not being so stressed
hmm,
so that I can enjoy the time with my family.
yes, yes. Well, that's the problem. Like I said, and when you feel overwhelmed, you're stressed out, and then you're not, you don't have any real quality time,
Mm-hmm.
period, for yourself, for your family, for whatever. And
Yeah.
you're not accomplishing as much because you're kind of spinning your wheels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think that, I think that that's a really good start, though, in thinking like, okay, I'm going to prepare myself to accomplish X,
Mm-hmm.
and recognize that the preparation is a part of the process, and that you're
Yeah.
still accomplishing something even when you're, quote unquote, just preparing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will say it stressed me out a little bit today because he was saying, do an hour of learning a day. I'm like, okay, I can do an hour of learning a day.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
hello.
it's gonna be, it's gonna be hard, but like in the morning, I have a time as long as Baker doesn't wake up, I have time to dedicate an hour of learning, whether that's he's like read a book for 30 minutes, do a podcast, whatever you need to do. It doesn't have to be reading, it doesn't have to be studying a course, whatever. Do an hour of learning a day. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, and then do an hour of teaching a day or an hour of writing a day. I'm like, or for every hour you spend learning, you need to do an hour of writing or something like that, where it's like you teach somebody or you write a story or you write notes or you quiz yourself or whatever. I'm like, wait. Now we've gone from an hour to 2 hours of my day. And with a
Yeah.
5-year-old, that's not conducive to actually getting it done.
Yeah.
So I think I have to slow that down and maybe do 30 minutes of learning a day and 30 minutes of writing, because it just like right now I legitimately can't. Like the amount of time I have to
Hmm.
dedicate to learning is it first thing in the morning, that's an hour. And then after he goes to bed, maybe an hour. And so
Yeah.
then like, where's my downtime?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
in my downtime, yes, it is. And I don't care. It's wasting the time, but I just need to watch TV and just zone out. Okay.
Heck
Okay.
yeah. Well, don't, I'm
Judge me
never
if you
going to judge.
will. Oh, I know you won't judge me, but
I won't
other
judge
people are like,
anybody for
see, there's
watching
an hour
TV.
there. So I just need to slow down
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
and take a breath.
easier said than done, but
Mm-hmm.
it's true. Sometimes you just got to let yourself take a breath. I mean, that's again, like I've been saying in the last few episodes, about getting back to the gym. And, and every once in a while there is a part of me that feels guilty because I'm like, oh, well, I really should be doing XYZ. But then I think, no, I need to go to the gym because
It makes
then
you
when
better.
it makes me feel better. And I feel like ultimately it makes me more productive because I feel better. I sleep better. I can focus better, I think, when I get some exercise,
Yeah.
So things like that. I think that's even an example of kind of slowing down. Like it's like, nope, taking a break, going to my
Yeah.
class, going to my step
Yeah.
class, slow down and take care of yourself give yourself some time to prepare, some time to just think straight and breathe.
Yeah.
So you'll have to keep us posted on how the course ends up.
I will. Next time we record, I should be almost finished with it. So
Okay.
I'll let you know. I'll keep notes. I'll teach you all. I won't spend an hour on it. I'll just give you the brief highlights.
Yes. And if you have any tips on how to slow down, how to prepare, how to be more focused, you can email us, iCan'tMomTodayPodcast@gmail.com. And of course, find us at iCan'tMomTodayPodcast on all social media. You will find us there.
Yeah. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.